What's up, guys? Likwid, West Texas Vaping Coalition, here at the West Texas Vape Meet at the new and improved Vape Shack in Odessa, just a couple doors down from the old place. Things are about starting off right now. We got a nice, good crowd. They got a whole bunch of giveaways that they're giving and stuff, so there's some tickets to sign. We got a cloud chasing competition coming up, a whole bunch of fun stuff. So we're gonna shoot some video and show you how the very first West Texas Vape Meet comes out. There's nobody. Here's some of the peoples. There you go. So far, so good.
So I could like cut
decent
your hair
turnout
and then sell it and get a whole bunch of money. Where do you live again?
A whole bunch of goofballs here tonight. We have the radio stations out here doing a remote. We're going to be next door at Ogie's having some drinks afterwards. It's just going to be a good time. We're going to see how things go. We have 180 Vape coming here from Lubbock. We also have Vape Candy coming from San Angelo. We have, of course, the Vape Shack sponsoring the thing and setting everything up. So it's going to be a good time. So stay tuned and enjoy the fun. We got Vape. We had a lot of people show up for the Vape Meet. There's Melvin announcing the cloud chasing competition. We had a good time. Weather was perfect. Tons of people. A whole bunch of new faces and stuff. It's a really good time. Everybody was just kind of relaxing, talking to some of the other vendors that were there. Rodney. And special thanks again to 180 Vape for coming out and the Vape Stop. That's the guys over there. And they brought some really good juices, some decent devices, some new stuff that the locals haven't seen, so it's pretty cool. And there is Vape Stop. I've been calling it Vapor Candy all night, but it is the Vape Stop. Heisenberg is probably one of the best juices that those guys sell, and it's awesome. So if you guys didn't get a chance to get some, please hit them up in the description below and get yourself some of that Heisenberg. And then as for 180 Vape, they came through and brought a whole ton of stuff. They brought a whole bunch of devices. They brought a full line of juices. They brought chargers. They brought pretty much everything that you would need. I think they packed their store all the way into one little corner over here. But they did really well. And Stuart, crazy guy. But it was a great time. I mean, everybody had a blast. A lot of questions being answered. There were some swaps and trades going on, and just all along great time. See, everybody pretty much left with a smile. It was a
Is this on?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Live, down in front. Sorry.
What the hell is that?
There's a file in the Vape Shack.
Boys got to turn it on.
All I know is nothing. Over the top, shit. Over the top.
No, I'm not sitting.
That was a really big one.
I was sitting.
I know.
I was like all holding my
I'll make something too.
I burned everything.
Come on.
You make more money tonight.
Who thinks Vincent got it? Who thinks Tanner got it?
Let's say, hold on.
Congratulations, Vincent.
There you go.
$200.
Congrats, man.
You won the
I was way up there.
you won the cloud chasing competition, correct?
Yep.
Okay. What did you win? Like, what kind of coil did you win? What kind of build did you do?
It did 5 wrap 22 on a 1.5. I don't know what it's reading at, but
Okay. What mod you got?
the AR mod with the double cross by Crescent Moon.
Perfect, brother. So, what was your like when you went into it? Like, what was like? How were you trying to position yourself? How you were trying? Were you going more for distance or more for thickness, or were you just all out, just whatever?
Kind of threw it out there, man.
Threw it out. Well, obviously it worked, man. So congratulations, $200 in your pocket, and I guess the respect of at least us. I don't know about everybody else, but once again, man, congratulations, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Well, that was the big huge vape meet that we had. Well, big huge. It was a vape meet that we had for West Texas. I think it was called the West Texas Vape Meet. Sponsored by the Vape Shack, and we had 180 Vape that came out from Lubbock, which was really cool. Thanks to Travis and the crew from 180 Vape for coming out. We had a really good time, had a blast. Thanks for coming out. Also had the good folks over at the Vape Stop out of San Angelo. They came out, and thank you again, you guys, for making the trip, and hopefully we can do the same. So we had a good time. It was a long cloud competition. A lot of people signed up. Really wasn't ready for that. But it was fun. A lot of jokes. Just a lot of... It was a good time. Before you knew it, it was midnight, and people were still hanging out and buying stuff, trading stuff, talking. So hopefully we get to do it again really soon. I really had fun with that. I'm glad West Texas Vaping Coalition could have been there to represent themselves, and the people over there. It was nice meeting all the members that are locally. So thanks for coming out, guys, and we'll see you guys real soon. But that was it. It was fun. Had a great time. Met a lot of good people. Spent way too much money, and stayed up way too late. So with that, we're going to get on to the review. And this is it, guys. The new Kanger Aerotank Mega. They did a lot. They revamped a lot of things with this, especially the atomizer. So we're going to take a close look at that, and we'll get right to it. So let's delve down. I'll get to the other camera, and we'll take a quick look at this. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We have the unboxing of the new Kanger Aerotank Mega. Really nice boxing. Presentation is really, really, really cool. Got some quick information, quick start guide on the back, so you can check it out right away. And this damn camera never wants to focus when I want it to. I'm gonna fight with this thing. Let's take autofocus off. Look at that, 1,000 times better. But there's your quick start guide. There's your authentication sticker. You can scratch that this piece off right here, and then put the product code in to make sure it's an authentic Kanger product, which is really cool because there are clones out there just like everything else. And we'll open this up here. I really do like the presentation. And here is what you're going to get inside the box. You're going to get the unit itself, and it does have atomizer installed plus a spare atomizer. You're going to get a very big, very thick, well-made beauty ring. Use this if you're going to use like an Ego Twist or a Vision Spinner batter. It's a transition ring. So you're going to get that, and not only are you going to get the glass tank, you're also going to get a steel tank as well already in the package, which is really cool. I know a lot of people were having issues with the Aspire Nautilus with the glass tank. They drop it, tank cracks, take breaks. and they're going for a steel tank, and they're hard to find. They have them out there, they're just really hard to find. This one's already going to come with it, so that's cool. Also in the package, you're going to get this guide. It's going to tell you how to take care of it, how to operate it, troubleshooting, and all that other stuff. It's written pretty well. There's a few mistakes in there. It looks like you can tell there's a post-production because I put a sticker on there. But it gives you some pictures, step by step, how to take care of it, how to replace the glass tube or switch on and off between glass and steel, how to replace your atomizers, and how to run it. There's some troubleshooting guides here as well. I thought this was interesting. It's a new little card that's coming in with the tanks, and if you read it, it says anti-counterfeit mark disappears when dripping a drop of water. The same mark reappears after it's dried. I really don't know what this card is for because I've dripped water on all 3 of these drops. Nothing's happened, and I put it on every single Kanger logo I can find. Nothing happens, so I don't. Maybe the card is fake. But I ran the product code, and the product code says it's coming from Kanger, so I don't know if they forgot to put a sticker on here or something that is supposed to disappear and reappear, because there's nothing on this card, there's nothing on the tank, there's nothing on this thing here, there's nothing on the box. So I'm not really sure where this little special code is supposed to be, where I'm supposed to drip water on to make sure it's an authentic product. So maybe this is something they were thinking about doing and didn't do it yet. Or maybe it's not supposed to be in this version, it's supposed to be in a newer version, but I'm not really sure. Still be a cool idea though. Just make sure you're getting authentic products. So here's the tank itself. And that is the Mega. Sorry about the glare, guys. It comes currently with the glass on it, and like I said, I'll show you how to switch it out. But if you look at the drip tip, this is the second revision of this, so they bored out the drip tip. Nice big drip tip, big huge tank assembly, and then you have here, where's it at? This is your adjustable airflow. Let's just see if I can get it right. I don't know if you guys can see the bars at the bottom, but that's how you adjust your airflow. There's wide open, and then it slowly closes itself off until there's pretty much nothing. But it's nice and tight. I mean, it's not like the other Aero that had the first Aero that came out with the airflow on the side where the rings spun pretty freely. This one, there's a little bit more tighter grip to it. They do make a mini version of this as well, and the mini version, the airflow on it's real tight. I like the one on the mini, but this is a lot tighter. They did well on that one. But you're going to get your drip tip, your bottom assembly and airflow control, atomizers, and the way this tank comes apart is pretty much the way that the Aspire comes apart. It does have the 2-piece that holds on in the middle. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then you just unscrew it. But the cool thing they did is they didn't put the threads on the glass like Aspire did. It caused a lot of chipping issues. This part's just press fit. And then you have your glass assembly here. Nice thick glass. And here is the tank assembly. So, you know, if you work out in the field or if you're taking this to work with you and you have a tendency to drop it or whatever, you know, the steel tank. I prefer the glass because I like to see how much juice I have left. This one, you know, you're going to have safety, but you're not going to really know what's left. What I really would like to see in this is a longer pip, like one of these lines here. I'd like to see one of these like that go edge to edge, and maybe there be a piece of Pyrex in there, which will give you, you know, you can see how much juice you have left, your juice level, but it won't be full glass where you can break it if you drop it. I think that'd be pretty neat. But it does look sharp once you put everything together if you do use this setup. Just give you a really quick look here. So that's the way it's going to look. Kind of looks like a K-Fun. I mean, the drip tip is a K-Fun. It just The bell housing pretty much is the same thing. But hey, I guess if there's a design that's right, you might as well use it. But I really like the way it looks. It's very clean, very nice looking. It's not a fingerprint magnet. It is kind of like a brushed steel, stainless steel, as opposed to like super polished, so it's not a fingerprint magnet. And it works really well. I've had this for about 3 or 4 days now and been using it exclusively. And this is the reason why I pulled my 134 back out, really, because I tested it on my 134. And I think it looks really cool. I might just have to keep the stainless steel just to keep the body design all the same. I think it looks pretty sharp. Nice logo. This overall looks really well. Now, let's take it back apart. We'll put it back together with glass because there's a few drawbacks I found. And I want to show them to you guys. So to reassemble the glass, just put the top on, thread on that center chamber, and there's 2 big real beefy O-rings on either side, so you don't get any leaking at all. That's the cool thing. And I've ran some really high VG in here. I've been running Gorilla Juice by AVE, and then I ran some thin PG, some real high PG in here. And I had no gurgling issues, I had no leaking issues, I had no spitback issues, didn't have any issues at all, and I was really happy about that. Even with the airflow wide open or closed, it ran really well. Didn't have any of the issues that some of the other tanks had, well, Kanger itself. And if you check, here is the atomizers, and these come with 2.0 or 2.5? Let me see. They're both 2 ohm atomizers. I believe it's hard to read that low writing. Yep, 2 ohm. This is the biggest thing that they did with this revision, is they completely redesigned the atomizer, which is the big issue. You have a lot of these companies that are coming out with new, cooler looking tanks, different style tanks, you know, different style drip tip, different style glass and whatnot, but they're utilizing the same atomizer, and I think that's one of the biggest issues. This is the reason why a lot of the tanks fail, is because you're making all these new revisions and better looking and better, you know, better quality tanks, but you're using the same old atomizer. This is what needs to be changed. This needs to be reinvented, and they kind of did it. The way they did it's a dual core or dual coil, and the bottom. I mean, you got the, you know, the ever knowing Kanger shaft here, but I mean, for the most part, this is just like the Aspire Nautilus atomizer. The way that it's set up, you got your 2 airflow or your 2 juice flows there and there, 510 connection. But this is the reason why I think a lot of them fail. What they need to do, I mean, this is nice. This is a nice little step forward. I'd really like to see the atomizer completely reinvented. Maybe a bigger bell housing for it, easier to get in and out of, to let us rebuild if we want to rebuild them ourselves, and you know, overall just maybe better connections. It's just this is what needs to change. And Kanger, if you're watching, or any of the other companies like, you know, Aspire or whatever, this is what needs to change. You know, it's really nice having a cool, different looking tank, but if this is the same, it's going to pretty much perform like when you put this in any of the other tanks. So this is what needs to be changed. I would like to see better material. I'd like to see, you know, a little bit thicker Kanthal would be really nice. I'd like to be able to, you know, have it on screw or something where it completely comes apart so I can rebuild it myself if I want to, just to give me the option. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that really don't care, but for us rebuilders that do care, that want to, you know, make a little bit of better atomizer, give us the opportunity to do it. We already bought the product. You know, why are you going to force us to use, you know, what you have? And I will say I've had this in this is the first atomizer I had in, and I haven't had any burnt issues. I haven't fried one yet. Time will tell to see if it's going to last as long as the Aspire did. My Aspire, I got 240 mils of juice out of it before I had to change it, which is awesome. So hopefully this one will perform just as well. I did hear that they're going to be putting out the 1.5 ohm atomizers real soon. The replacement atomizers are coming out. They haven't gotten them yet, but this is a nice step forward. I'm really happy to see how, you know, it works in the long run. I'd really like to see these, you know, revised. It really would. But how you install it goes right in the airflow control deck. You just screw this in. So that's like that. This is already assembled. So this just threads right in here. And that's how you fill it. It's going to be a bottom fill. And if you see, it's got those 4 little holes there. And then your breathing hole. And it's supposed to hold 3.8 mils of juice. They could have got it to probably 5 mils, and I'll show you why. I'm going to fill this for you guys really quick. So I have some good old Gorilla juice I'm going to put in here. I'm going to fill it up. And I'm greedy. I like to get every little bit in there I can. But as it's coming up, you just don't want to go over that center pin there where your breathing hole is. But I go just below it. So it's just below the breathing hole. Then you put in your air control deck and atomizer, and you tighten it down. Now you got a nice pretty full tank, see? Here's the issue one of the first issues that I have. As soon as you tip it upside down, or well, I should say right side up, and the juice flows through the bottom part of that deck. I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but let me see if I can get a better view. Hold on one second. Camera move. See how much is missing? All this room here, you can definitely get another mill of juice in there. So one of the drawbacks I see with the bottom fill is that this is a lot of wasted space right here. And if you look at the top, how much deck is here on the top? I would like to see maybe a screw here, a fill screw. That way you can fill it from the top and utilize all this space that we're missing right here. That's a big issue for me. It's just, you know, if I'm going to be out and about or, you know, going out around with the kids or something, and I'm just going to take one device, I would like to put 5 mils of juice in there so it'll last me a long time. This right here is just a complete waste of space. I mean, you got enough room on this top deck to put a little mini screw there and use that as a fill port. Maybe that'll be on the next revision. Maybe they don't want to bring all the revisions out at once or something, but it'd be really nice to have that there. That way I can fill it and utilize all the space that I'm losing. I just think that it's wasted property, and it could be, you know, being utilized, and I think they kind of missed the mark on that one. It would have been really nice to see that completely full, because when you're filling it, it's absolutely overfilled. You know, I mean, it's full to the top as as the glass shows, but as soon as you put it on a device, it's just a lot of wasted space. So I think they could have did better on that one. Let's get the camera back. Hold on. There we go. So that's one thing I would like to see. I'd like to see a fill screw at the top. That's really the biggest thing. Another thing I really would like to see is, I mean, I like the airflow control, and it does. I get a really good hit wide open. I like to see a little bit more open. It's a little bit tight for me, you know, especially now. You know, trying to do. I mean, you can still do lung hits with it, but it just seems like it's kind of restricted. But the cool thing is if you got thicker liquid like this, you know, you can just go ahead and close that down a little bit, and that's going to give you more vacuum to pull that juice into the atomizer. If you're running thinner juices, you can open it up so you don't get that gurgling. So I do like the side. I'm glad they kept the side airflow control as opposed to, you know, a bottom, or went back to those two little holes that were in the original atomizer. But it does have a removable drip tip, so you can put any mouthpiece on here, and I've put several different mouthpieces on here, and they all fit just fine. The only problem that I do have is, if you can see this, how close this ring or the O-ring is to the bottom side, because that is it's a deep well. So some of them that I put in won't fit flush, but they do lock into place, and they do hold sturdy. They're not really wobbly. But all in all, I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's been working well for me. I haven't had any issues at all. I haven't had any dry hits. I haven't had any problems with gurgling. I haven't had any problems with burning as of yet. It's only been like 3 or 4 days, but it seems to be working very well. So that's my view on the Aerotank Mega Aero. I wish I would have got my hands on one of the minis, but they went really quick. So I'll have to maybe do a separate one on the mini, but that works just the same. I got to actually use it over at the Vape Shack, and it's got really good flavor. It's not muted. That's the one thing I like about these versus the Nautilus. And I know I was one of those bandwagon Nautilus people, the greatest tank in the world, and it was really good. But the one drawback was, on a 1.5 ohm atomizer, it just was muted. The taste was kind of muted. It wasn't bad. It was just, but you could tell it was muted. You put a higher ohm atomizer in it, you got your flavor back. But this one at a 2, I've had no muted flavoring whatsoever. The flavors pop right away, and you don't have to worry about losing flavor. And it comes with two ohm atomizers. It doesn't come with like a 1.8 and a 2 or a 1.5 and a 2. But all those will be available really soon. So that is the Kanger Mega, which should have did at the beginning, and I didn't. Sorry, got it from the good folks over at the Vape Shack, and this one will cost you, I think it's $44.99, and it is a little bit expensive. But the cool thing is you're getting the steel tank as well, so you're not have to buy this later for $25. I believe the ones for the Aspire Nautilus are like $24.99 just for the tank, the steel tube itself. This, you're getting both of them, plus you're getting your transition ring, and you're getting an extra atomizer, and a really cool, pretty packaging. I just like the way it looks. But I think I'm going to drain this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put the all steel on so it'll look good on my 134. So is it the same as dripping? No, it's not the same as dripping. But you get a really good hit. So if you're doing something that you can't drip and you want to take a tank and don't have a K-Fun, or a Russian 91% or whatever, this is a really good alternative. I've had great flavor. It's performed very well for me. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. The only issue I have is just makes me upset that you're losing that much room. Just wish they would have put that fill hole on the top. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll do that for us. So there it is. Let's take it back to the main screen and we will see how it performs. So sit tight. All right, guys, we're back main screen. I end up putting the steel tank back on too. I think it looks a lot cooler on the 134. What do you think? I like it. So how's she vape? Well, let's take a vape. Very good flavor. It's got really good vapor production. Throat hit is right where I want it to be. And flavor is, I will say the flavor has to surpass the Aspire Nautilus probably 1.5 times. I just got, especially with my this juice, I want to say Bobus, but it's Gorilla Juice. It's got a little bit of banana in it too, but it's very high VG, so it's a very thick liquid, and I just get all the little nuances and undertones from the Boba's Bounty plus the banana, nice rich warm banana flavor, and that was muted. It was almost lost in the Aspire Nautilus. So I'm really digging this. Time will tell. I like to see how long the atomizers last. One of the issues that I had after I did the review for the Aspire Nautilus is I burnt the atomizer out, and like I said, I did 240 mils of juice, and it didn't really fail on me. I was in an airplane and put the device in my pocket and hit the button and fried it. So I didn't have the original, because it comes with 2 as well. I didn't have the other one in the package, so I bought a pack and I put the pack in, And that's when they started failing for some strange reason. And it was the same, the 1.8 ohm atomizers that I bought, but they were in, the extra 5-packs that you could get. And I seem to have issues with those. And I've talked to some other people, and they had the same issue. Seems like the ones that come with the tank itself work phenomenally. But when they bought the packs, that's when they started having issues. I'm not really sure why, because you'd think that they would be the same ones. I thought I was crazy, but I wasn't the only one. So we'll see with these. So I'll have to get some of the replacement ones and try those out. Hopefully I don't need one anytime soon. I hope they do last a long time. But all in all, thumbs up on this one. So if you guys, if you're thinking about getting, another tank, maybe you have the Aspire Nautilus and you broke the glass. I know it sucks. This one's going to come with the steel tank as well, so you can switch on and off. So if it's something at home or whatever, you can have the glass tank. If you're going to be out and about, or you're taking it to work, and you may have a tendency of it to tip or fall, or you're going to drop it, or you're not putting it on a heavier device like this, you have the steel tank, which is really, and you're not breaking this one at all. Believe me, you're going to dent concrete before you do anything to this, and you're going to be very happy. So I say yes, it's worth it. Locally, like I said, if you guys are in the Odessa Midland area, for $44.99, this tank is for you. You're going to get everything that you need. You're going to get the glass, you're going to get the steel, you're going to get the extra atomizer, you're going to get the transition ring, and I think you're going to be very happy. So that's my look on the Mega. And like I said, I did use the Mini. I don't have one, but I did use it, and it performed just as well. In my mind, flavor-wise, I believe the Mini has a little bit of a better, richer flavor to it than the Mega. I tried to do some side-by-side comparison, but the person that was helping me do the side-by-side comparison thought it would be more funny to make jokes than try to help me out. You know who you are, sir. No, let's not turn it on and push the button. Anyway, had a good time. But no, I do think the Mini does have a better flavor, and it's about the size of the Pro Tank 3 Mini. But you get all the options. You're going to get the glass tank, you're going to get the steel tank, you're going to get the variable airflow control on the side where it should be, replaceable drip tip, and extra atomizer, and pretty packaging. Thumbs up, Kanger. You're taking it in the right direction. I just think that now what we have to do is we need to completely reinvent that atomizer. I just think it would be really cool if they made the atomizer with rebuilders in mind, because then you're stepping up with K-Fun, and you're stepping up with the Russian 91%. So that would be really neat. If you could have that all pre-made and be able to rebuild that coil, and it's made to be rebuilt, I think that would be really cool, and keep it at the same price point, or maybe just a little bit more, so you're not paying $145 for a K-Fun, or $94 for a Russian, and have a Kanger that performs like that. That's thumbs up, man. That'd be awesome. So maybe we'll see. Maybe that's something that they have down the road. That'd be really nice. So that's it. Hopefully some of this information was helpful to you guys. If you have any comments or any concerns, please put them down below. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you really quick. Hopefully with another review real soon. Got vape?